chroma curse? The rain in New York never washed the city clean. It just made the neon bleed. Kale walked through the downpour, a ghost in a city of light. He saw the city's sins in the reflections that slicked the streets. A stockbroker's greed shimmered in a puddle. A politician's lie echoed in the chrome of a passing vehicle. He called it the chroma curse, this unwanted ability to see the guilt that clung to people like static. His apartment was a black box high above the noise, a void against the city's endless glow. The only light came from the waterfall of code on his monitors. He was a hacker, a digital locksmith, but no firewall could keep the reflections out. They found him in the dark screen of his console, in a glass of water, in the polished steel of his cybernetic hand. Tonight's job was a deep dive into the city's core network, the Nexus. As his code sliced through layers of corporate security, he leaned forward and caught his own reflection in the console's obsidian surface. But it wasn't his face he saw. It was a memory, a sin he had buried under years of code and cynicism. It was the face of his brother, Elias. The reflection wasn't a memory, it was a recording. He saw himself, younger and terrified, making an anonymous call. He saw the look of utter betrayal on Elias's face as corporate enforcers kicked down the door to their shared apartment. Kale had sold his own brother to a rival corporation to cover his own tracks. The moment the memory became real, the Nexus screamed. The code on Kale's screen shattered into red static. Outside his window, the city's vibrant pulse began to stutter. Skyscrapers flickered and died, plunging entire districts into an unnatural darkness. The chroma curse wasn't about seeing others' sins. It was a firewall for his own, and he had just breached it. He finally understood. The Nexus wasn't just data, it was a fragile web of the city's shared secrets. His sin, unearthed and raw, was a virus devouring it from the inside. He couldn't code his way out of this. Redemption wasn't a program he could run. He had to find Elias. He descended into the glitch, the city's forgotten basement where the neon never reached. Down here, the network collapse was a physical plague. Automated transports were frozen on their tracks, and data kiosks shrieked with static. The city was having a seizure, and Kale was the cause. He found Elias in an old, repurposed server farm, a graveyard of obsolete tech. He looked harder, colder, but he was alive. Elias looked up from a console, his eyes showing no surprise. "The whole network is screaming your name," he said, his voice a low hum of static. "I figured you'd crash the party eventually." "I did it," Kale said, the words feeling like broken glass in his throat. "I was a coward. I sold you out." He didn't ask for forgiveness. He just laid the ugly truth bare between them. "The city is falling apart because of me, because of what I did to you." Elias nodded slowly toward a dusty console. "I built a ghost key, a fail-safe to reset the Nexus, but it requires a mirrored biosignature to authorize." He met Kale's gaze. "It needs both of us." Together, they placed their hands on the console. As they initiated the reset, a wave of calm washed through the city's data streams. In a shard of broken chrome on the floor, Kale saw his reflection. It was just his own face, finally quiet, finally clean,